If your shoes cost you time, they can cost you the race. Now there's a new transition shoe by Pierce Footwear, the first laceless, tongueless running shoe built specifically for multi-sport athletes and designed for comfort, performance, and saving time. Join the footwear revolution. Learn more about Pierce Footwear today.
Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com. I want to have a job in something I love. I want to have fun and meet new people. I want to be social. The Illinois Media School has so many cool things they offer for me and their students. With the amount of stuff you learn, there's no way you won't succeed. You'll learn how to do a voiceover, how to use camera equipment. I mean actual hands-on. You can even host your own radio or TV show. All of our instructors actually work in the industry too. So go to beonair.com and start your future in broadcasting today.
Start with a thought.
Coming to you live here inside Babe Serpico Memorial Field here in Melrose Park, Illinois. I'm Ryan Fay with you here on Facebook Live for the Illinois Media School and I Want Football 365, also on our live stream account for SportsTownChicago.com. Glad you're with us on this Saturday evening here, a beautiful Saturday evening in the northwestern suburbs of Chicago, Illinois, as it's your Chicago Chaos, the 2-1 Chaos, welcoming in the 0-3 Chicago Mustangs in MSFL action here today. As you see the officials out on the field right now, we're just a few minutes away from getting the pregame introductions along with the national anthem to get us underway here before we have kickoff here tonight under the lights here at Babe Serpico Memorial Field. If we look back now as to where the Chaos were as of last week, they are coming off of a defeat against the Ducks by the score of 23-13. And meanwhile, for the Mustangs, they are coming off of a demoralizing 72-0 loss. It was a dominant victory for the Quad City Raiders up at Augustana College, up on the northern part of the state of Illinois. And when you take a look at it from the Chaos side of it, and we'll get to my keys of the game in just a moment, but here on the schedule, and you look at it from the standing side of it as well, Chaos come into today, as I mentioned, 2-1 with the Mustangs 0-3 coming into today's action as well. And as you see on your screen right now, the rest of the schedule pans itself out as this, and I just talked about those Quad City Raiders. That'll be next on the docket for your Chicago Chaos here at Babe Serpico Memorial Field for another 7 p.m. kickoff next Saturday night. But of course, the Chaos, the players and the coaching staff aren't going to be worried about the Raiders right now. They're going to be focused on the Chicago Mustangs. And, of course, want to thank all of our great sponsors for helping today's broadcast happen as well. As you saw some of the commercials that we were running beforehand, Warrior Dash, they're going to be doing a lot of great stuff in 2017 and beyond. Of course, I Want Football 365 and Turker Flags, along with many other sponsors that have helped help our broadcast and along with helping our guys here at the Illinois Media School as well. As I mentioned, we're just a few minutes away from getting kickoff and the national anthem to get underway. But let's take a look at my keys to the game right now for a Chicago Chaos victory. And the first key that I'm going to mention is the return of Adam Nelson, 6'4", 290-pound defensive end, coming back for the Chicago Chaos in his return for the team in the black and red today. A big force on the defensive end of the football for the Chaos, and it could be a field day for Adam Nelson against that Mustangs offensive line. And the second key I have for today is can't stop, won't stop. The Mustangs have allowed over 150 points against in the first 3 games of their season, and as we know, this Chicago Chaos offense, they can score at will, and against the Mustangs defense that isn't one of the better defenses in this league, well, this can be their golden opportunity today to even try to top what Quad City did last week against the Mustangs. And the third key, get ready for some home cooking. It's the first home game here at Babe Serpico this year, so why not start the homestand for the season on a good note as well? So those are my keys to the game for a Chicago Chaos victory. I want to thank our great crew that will be on hand for tonight's broadcast. Bruce Caston on our main cam. We also got the Ajax in the building today. I'm working in one of our Zoom cams. Lisa Aldana doing some highlights for us today. And, of course, our director, Timmy Holmes. So we're actually going to take a quick time out right now up here in the booth. When we come back, we'll have the pregame introductions, the national anthem, and the start for your Chicago Chaos here at Babe Serpico Memorial Field. We'll be right back on the IMS Facebook Network and I Want Football 365.
Start with a thought. Think. Work with the client. Brainstorm. Brainstorm some more. Break? No, not enough time. More ideas. More designs. Pick an idea. Make a plan. Stop. Check the plan. Love the plan. Do the plan. Go. Draw the logo. Get some input. Scratch that. Find a new perspective. Revise. Revise some more. New logo. New design. Okay. Grab the materials. Get the guys. Work. Keep working. It's all about the quality. Keep going. Finish. Polish. Get the job done. Make the client happy. Make them proud. Celebrate. Make it easy to brand their company. Mark your space. Chicagoland's premier sign company.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois.
We're back with you here inside Babe Serpico Memorial Field here in Melrose Park, Illinois. I'm Ryan Fay with you here for the Beyond Air Network and I Want Football 365. This is your home for Chicago Chaos football here on the IMS Facebook Network and I Want Football 365, along with our live stream account on SportsTownChicago.com. See on your screen right now the players for the Chicago Chaos getting warmed up here and getting their uniforms intact, ready to go here as you see them walking around the sidelines right now. Got about a couple minutes before we will get started here today. As you kind of see in the back part of your screen, you see the officials huddling up. We have our chain crew as they're getting set along here as well. And over on the far side of the field, that'll be the Chicago Mustangs, who are in the road gray uniforms with the I should say it's like half gray, half black as the uniform color with the red numbers to correlate for those respective jerseys. And for your Chicago Chaos, they're going to be in their home black uniforms with the red numbers and letters to correlate with the white outline alongside those red numbers and letters. Taking a look at how the Chaos got here to this after this evening's contest, rather, for that matter. As I mentioned, the Chaos come into today with a record of 2 wins and 1 loss, and going down the schedule line for the Chicago Chaos, and for them a few weeks ago, they had a very nice 20-0 victory over the Twin City Jets down in Joliet. So a good shutout for the Chicago Chaos on a defensive standpoint for that one. And we take a look at how they did a few weeks ago as well. I talked about it, the Ducks defeating the Chaos at Solorio High School by the score of 23-13. And if you go back to last week's game against the Leiden Lions, I say that 5 times fast, the Lions were well handled, I should say, by the squad of the Chicago Chaos as they took that game by the score of 41-22. And on the reverse side of it for the Chicago Mustangs, who, as I mentioned, come into today with a record of 0-3. Their first game on the docket for their 2017 season was against the Door County Destroyers, and, well, they lived up to their team name against the Mustangs as they beat the Mustangs by the score of 30-0. And the next week for the Mustangs, they took on those Leiden Lions that I mentioned, who the Chaos beat not too long ago as well. The Lions dominated the Mustangs by a score of 55-6. And I mentioned this in our first segment as well. In the most recent contest that the Chicago Mustangs had, they were just absolutely dominated in all phases of the field at Augustana College when they lost to the Quad City Raiders by the score of a whopping 72-0. look around the rest of the MSFL in terms of scheduling for tonight. As we mentioned, of course, we're going to have the Chaos and the Mustangs for you here on SportsTownChicago.com and the IMS Facebook Network, along with I Want Football 365. Other games going around the area tonight, the Atomic Swarm taking on the Chicago Thunder. And over in the Rich Hart Conference for the MSFL, it's the Door County Destroyers going to Rockton to take on the Rush. The Wisconsin Hitmen taking on the Milwaukee Chargers up in Wisconsin this evening. And the Leiden Lions taking on the Racine Raiders up in Racine, Wisconsin. And we also have the Ducks taking on the Twin City Jets as well. And the Quad City Raiders are down at Andrew High School to take on the Lincoln Way Patriots. So now that the warm-up time has come to an end, players have finished their warm-ups, and we will, in just a little bit, get the national anthem and the pregame introductions all set, and we'll have kickoff here for Chicago Chaos football here at Babe Serpico Memorial Field here in Melrose Park, Illinois. So as we'll get the word in just a minute when we'll get the introduction started. And for right now, though, while they get everything set up here in the booth for that, take a look at some of the statistical side of it for the Chicago Chaos in the meantime. We'll look on the offensive side of the ball, and one of the guys you're going to really want to keep an eye on today is Michael Shuchuk, who has thrown a touchdown, 2 interceptions, but has completed 452 yards as well. And it looks like we are ready up here in the booth, and then we can now turn it over to public address announcer Mark Kanicki.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ralph Babe Serpico Field as the Mustangs take on your Chicago Chaos. All right, everyone, please rise for the national anthem. Write their names down, and then we'll go from there.
And folks, the national anthem went off without a hitch. So as we get set now, after the national anthem has taken place, we will have kickoff here moments away from Babe Serpico Memorial Field here in Melrose Park, Illinois. Again, I'm Ryan Fay with you here on this Saturday evening. It'll be the Chaos going left to right to start this one off on your screen, with the Mustangs going right to left. Mustangs have 2 men back deep, right at about their own 5-yard line. And we'll get a look at see who's back there to return it for the Chicago Mustangs in just a moment. But for right now, Dominic Kozlowski will be doing the kicking duties for your Chicago Chaos, as he'll be booting it left to right from his own 35. Fans are out here in full force in front of the booth today. Again, the Chaos in their home black uniforms with the red trim and numbers, along with the white outline along those red numbers and letters that I just mentioned. The Mustangs in their road uniforms with the half gray, half black uniform with the red numbers to correlate, along with the silver helmets. Chaos have all black helmets. So Kozlowski, the 5'11 punter, will wait for the signal, and we'll get kickoff underway here in just a matter of moments. 15 minutes on the clock for each quarter. There's 4 quarters here in MSFL football as well. It's the 2-1 Chaos. It's the 0-3 Mustangs. And we're live here on Facebook for I Want Football 365, the IMS Beyond Air Network, and on SportsTownChicago.com. And off we go. Kozlowski with the boot left to right. And this one will be picked up along the near side by number 23 in Jarrell Sharp. He switches to the far side of the field, gets past the 30 for a moment, and is taken down alongside his own sideline, where the Chaos rush him out of bounds, and the Mustangs will see their offense come out for the first time here this evening on a gorgeous night here at Babe Serpico Memorial Field. Temperatures is about to get down to the upper 60s, lower 70s. Not a cloud in the sky, which is even better, as no weather will be inhibiting any sort of play today. See the defense come out there for the Chaos as well. Again, talked about it in my key to the game as well. The return of Nelson, number 99, the 6'4" defensive end, could be a big factor. You see him on the near side of your screen on the defensive lineup. He's lined up on the right side defensively for the Chaos. As the Mustangs have 3 out to the far side to their right, 1 to the near left. In the shotgun formation, taking the snap there is Marcus Lewis, who throws to his right side, and the pass is incomplete. So it'll be second down Mustangs. As we've just gotten underway here at Babe Serpico Memorial Field. Second down and 10 off the incompletion from Marcus Lewis, who is listed as an outside linebacker as well. Just underway here. Under the first minute of action here in this first quarter. No score. Ball is at the Mustang 28-yard line. As now for the Mustangs, 2 receivers line up to the near left and 2 out to the right. 1 man to the right hip of Marcus Lewis, the quarterback, 6'2", 200 pounds. And it's going to be a direct snap. He goes up the middle with it, spins his way forward past the 30, and he'll be stopped at his own 31. It's going to be 3rd and long coming up for the Mustangs. And we'll see the opportunity now for the Mustangs to try to force the first 3 and out of the ball game here tonight. See the Mustangs huddled up on the right side of your screen, and the Chaos defense all set. So with Lewis in the shotgun once again. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Once again, same formation as the last play. 1 man in the backfield to the right hip of Lewis. He's going to take the direct snap. He drops back, and the pressure comes. He's able to escape the pocket, and that one he almost escapes, and he's going to do it again. And he almost made a 3rd miss, as taking him down on the play for the Chaos was Carl Young, the 5'10" linebacker, and that is going to be enough for a first down for the Mustangs. So a good play scrambling by Marcus Lewis, and it'll be a new set of downs now for the Mustangs. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs on about their own 37-yard line.
Oh, no, looks like it's 4th and... Oh, no, you're right.
Looks like there was a delay of moving the chains, so that's why we have the little bit of stoppage at play, but we did see the officials moving. So 1st and 10 now for the Mustangs, as they're on about their own 37. 2 out to the left, 2 to the right again. Lewis in the shotgun after he had a big 3rd down and long to scramble for the run up the middle to get that first down. The handoff up the middle, as dodging a few bullets on that one and still escaping along the right side, staying on his feet miraculously and just getting past the 50 is Javory Brown. The 5'7" running back gets just past midfield, and another first down for the Chicago Mustangs. So the theme here early on for the Mustangs defensively, or I should say the Chaos defensively, broken tackles by the Mustangs offense, and that's how they've been able to muster 2 first downs back-to-back. Just over the first minute of play, as the clock will continue now to run. Same formation again, Lewis in the shotgun, and he'll have Brown back there in the backfield at his right hip as well. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs on the Chaos 49. And the handoff is going to go to the Brown again. He's going to go to his left, but he's going to be immediately stopped this time. Ball came out, but he was down before the ball had come out. And that'll be Nick White on the tackle there, who was also trying to force the fumble. So it's going to be a loss of a few yards on the play, I would imagine. So it'll be 2nd down and long for the Mustangs, as they are now technically back in their own territory, but they're right near midfield. And the ball is going to be placed at the Mustang 47. So that's a loss of about 5 yards, actually. So that's going to be 2nd down and about 15 for the Chicago Mustangs, who, as I mentioned, come into this with a record of 0-3 overall on the season.
2nd down and 15.
Again, they've given up 157 points on the season so far this year, that being the Mustangs, and they've only scored for themselves 6. 2nd and long. Lewis shotgun, drops back, pressure comes. He's going to airmail it down to the near side, and a wide open Alex Franklin. Oh, he may have lost it in the sun, and the pass is incomplete, and the Chaos dodge a bullet because Alex Franklin did beat the secondary along their right side. Franklin had the step on it, but either way, it's going to be 3rd down and 15 for the Mustangs as they almost had a huge opportunity to score and strike early against this Chaos defense. We're going to get one last look at that play here as you see Franklin and a great shot from our camera crew. You just saw him. He was maybe about a hair late to getting to the football, but you did see him slow down just a little bit trying to locate where the football was in the air too. So that what caused the incompletion. But as you see another angle of it, he had the secondary beat too. So a big miss there for the Mustangs and a huge wipe the sweat off forehead moment as the ball is fumbled on the ground by Lewis. We'll see who's got it. Either way, it would be 4th down for the Mustangs and long. No signal yet. A flag is down on the far side of the field too. So we'll get this squared up in just a moment. So once we get this all sorted out, looks like they're going with the Mustangs having to recover the football, but a penalty is going to go against the Chaos. Looks like they're going to call it offsides on the Chaos, so that's going to be a 5-yarder against the Chaos defense. So that's an automatic 5 yards. So it's still going to be a 3rd down and long for the Mustangs, but the Mustangs, again, with another break there. So they go from almost scoring to getting a break from the Chaos mentally, defensively. And now it's 3rd down and 10 for the Mustangs, and they're back in the Chaos territory at about their 48-yard line. Lewis gets the signal from the sideline. Probably going to see a lot of two-way players also for the Mustangs today as well. So you'll have Lewis and Brown in the backfield. Brown to the right hip of Marcus Lewis. 2 out to the near left, 2 out to the far right. Snap taken to Lewis. Pressure comes. Spins out of it again is Lewis. Trying to go to the middle of the field, look for a few blockers. He's going to try to lunge forward, and he's going to be stopped at about the Chaos 45-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th down, the first 4th down for the Mustangs here in this first quarter. So it's a gain of about 5 on that run there from Marcus Lewis. And we'll see what the coaching staff of the Mustangs wants to do, as sometimes you see in cases where if your roster may not be, quantity-wise compared to your opponent, does that mean you go for it on 4th down, or do you try to go special teams on it? But looks like they're going to stay out there and just go for it on 4th down here. And in some cases when they have that, where you're going to have players playing both sides of the ball, can you blame him in that aspect? And the answer to that would probably be no. So it'll be 4th and 5. Lewis is out there with Brown lined up in the shotgun. It'll be trips out to his right on the far side, 1 to the near left. 4th down and 5. Big opportunity for the Chaos defense right here. Brown steps up, takes the snap, and he drops back. Brown looks up the middle, and it's going to be incomplete.
That's a complete turnover on down.
Didn't look like Alex Franklin was looking for the football initially. When he turned it on, it was too little too late, and the Chaos forced the turnover on downs. So a good stance there by the Chaos defense, as with 9:33 to play here in the first quarter, we still have no score, and the Chaos now on the offensive side of the football. And that'll mean we get to see the athletic quarterback in Michael Shuchuk, the 6'4", 235-pound big boy quarterback under center for the Chicago Chaos. He'll have C.J. Young in the backfield with him, the 6', 250-pound running back. 1 to the near right, 1 to the left. And the handoff will go to Young, and he just gets past the 50 and slips into Mustang territory. So that'll be a gain of 6. So it'll be 2nd down and 4. So a decent run there by number 25 in black, C.J. Young. Quickly, Shuchuk gets his offense back up and going. Shuchuk is going to hand it off to Young once again. He's going to get a 1st down, and he'll get more as he gets past the 40. And near the 35 is C.J. Young, and it'll be 1st down for the Chaos. Again, this no-huddle offense that the Chaos have sputtered, and we get a whistle and looks like a timeout has been called on the field. And it looks like I believe it was the Mustangs that called a timeout.
Timeout Mustangs.
So a timeout on the field as we have Just over 8 minutes to play here in this first quarter. See the Mustangs huddled up on your screen right now. A couple of bang-bang plays running it wise with C.J. Young. And 2 plays have gotten them nicely into Mustang territory. And that was also one of my keys to the game as well. Get the home cooking going. As again, the first home game here of the 2017 season for the Chaos here at Babes for Pico. And weather-wise, I don't think they could have asked for better weather. It's a beautiful night, not a cloud in the sky. Little breeze coming out of the northeast direction, but nothing that'll be that damping on conditions for a football game. Again, I want to thank our great crew out here today as well. Our director, Tim Helms, Ajax, providing some great close-up shots, and Bruce Caston on our main cam that you see right now. Lisa Aldani, our guy, doing some highlights for today's game as well. So first and 10 for the Chaos. Shoot Chuck. Fakes the handoff. It's going to go to Young now up the middle. He's got blockers up ahead. C.J. Young along the right side. Inside the 20. And another first down for the Chaos.
Another first down for the Chaos.
C.J. Young. Give the man the ball, and he'll do what you want. So a big play there for Young as it's going to put the ball now at about the 19-yard line of the Mustangs. And it's red zone territory for the Chaos. So a big opportunity here. As in the eye, it's Shuchuk. And why not? Give it to Young. See what he does. He bullies his way up the middle, and he falls forward for about a 6-7 yard gain there. So it'll be second down and short coming up for the Chaos. We'll say about second down and 3 at the moment. And that's what it will be, second down and 3. So we're seeing a personnel change for the Chaos as Devian Hodges now will come out onto the field, as he's going to be in the backfield in place of Young at the moment, who has been the beast mode running back. And there you go. We have replaced Young with Hedges, and Hedges still scores, and a touchdown for the Chaos for Hodges, and it's 6-0 Chicago Chaos. We'll hope to get a look at that one in just a moment, as you saw 2 different styles of running there from the Chaos, as they'll come out now for the extra point attempt. As with Hodges on that one, once he got inside the 5, it was a matter of doing a juke play. And either way, it was just tipping on, toeing into the end zone for a Chaos touchdown. So just over 7 minutes to play. It is 6-0 Chicago Chaos. I got to make sure I specific and not just say Chicago, because both teams start off with their team name as that. So lining up now for the extra point is Dominic Kozlowski. And on the hold is Christian Granum. Here is the high snap. It's going to go to Kozlowski. He's going to try to make a play out of it, but he's unsuccessful in doing so. So the extra point has been thwarted off of the missed snap. As good by Kozlowski that I have a heads-up play just to run with it and now let the ball dribble all the way back, because memory serves me correct, if the opponent picks up the ball and runs it the other way, that's 2 points for them. And I just got the confirmation in the booth as well from our public address announcer and our I Want Football 365 show host, Mark Kanicki. Always good to be working with Mark. And when he found out today that I was on the broadcast and I found out he was going to be doing the PA here at Babes for Pico, well, let's just say the head started to shake and off we go.
Trouble in the booth.
Yeah, trouble in the booth is what they call it. So off the late whistle, and that it was going to be a retry, actually. A late signal came up that it was against the Mustangs. So the retry, though, however, was no good, as Kozlowski pushed it too far to his left, so it'll stay no good. It's still 6-0 Chaos either way. So we'll see the Chaos now kick off back to the Mustangs, as we have just over 7 minutes to play here in the first quarter here at Babes for Pico Memorial Field. Glad you're with us here on the IMS Facebook Network along with I Want Football 365. I'm Ryan Fay with you here on this Saturday evening here at Babes for Pico Memorial Field here in Melrose Park, Illinois. Got a great night for football weather-wise. Not a cloud in the sky, mild temperatures, no humidity, which is also a plus. If you live in Chicago and you have dealt with the summer nights and the days, you know it can get humid, and if you're not a fan of it like I am, well, it'll drive you up a wall. So collecting himself now, waiting to kick this one off is Dominic Kozlowski, who missed the extra point just a few moments ago. It looks like Devontae Dixon and Javori Brown are back deep for the Mustangs to return this kick. Again, 6-0 our score with 7:39 to play here in the first quarter. Kozlowski will kick this one off from his own 35-yard line. So we get the whistle from our officials, and Kozlowski will set up and boot this one end to end. And the boot left to right. And this one is going to go being backpedaled, and picking that one up at his own 5 is Devontae Dixon as he tries to go up the middle with this one, and it's nowhere to go on that one.
Dixon with the return to 11-22. Mustangs first down.
So it'll be a new set of downs and a second chance for the offense here for the Chicago Mustangs. So the Mustangs offense comes out there once again. Marcus Lewis under center. Want to make a correction, was Jarrell Sharp on the return there for the Mustangs. And he's going to stay out there on the offensive side of the ball for the Mustangs too. So the Chaos defense now back out there. And one of the things the Mustangs offense did successfully early on was the scrambling running from the quarterback in Marcus Lewis. So we'll see what he does here as there's 2 out to his right, 2 to the near left. 1 man in the backfield to the right hip. You may see the blitz come in from the Chaos, and you did see it. And getting the initial contact was Carl Young along the near side. Carl Young, you saw him kind of trying to sneak on in slowly but surely. Then he just turned on the jets, and bam, he came in. And it looks like we may have oh no, we do not have an injured player down, which is obviously a good thing to see. Just a big pile up there, kind of like a big pile up on the highway when it's rush hour traffic. But a good stop there for the Chaos defense. It's a loss of 1, and it brings up 2nd down and long. As you take one more look at that right there, you saw coming in on that one, Carl Young coming in off the near side, and just a great play defensively, reading the offense too, as the Chaos forces 2nd and long. And I want to correct myself. They actually are going to push it back about 5 more yards, so it's actually going to be 2nd down and 16.
Yes. Okay, I don't know how to do it.
I know how to do it.
Okay.
We're okay.
So it'll be 2nd down and about a country mile for the Mustangs. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. 1 man in the backfield.
2nd down.
Lewis under center. And it looks like the hard count did get the Chaos to jump. And we'll see if that's what the call will be. I know I'm going to correct myself, and it'll be a false start. So it looks like the offensive line caused the offsides to then happen with a little jittery legs on the Mustangs offensive line, as that's what the initial signal was from the far side of the field. Chaos players, of course, trying to vote for that one to be a false start too. And the Mustangs' body language looks like they're going to have to be pushed back another 5 yards. And that's what it will be. So it is going to be a false start on the Mustangs, so that's going to back them up 5 more yards. So you can now make it 2nd down and 21. Not the ideal downage that you want to have if you're an offense.
2nd down and 21.
So with just over a few minutes to play here in the first quarter. As the snap to Lewis goes, he's going to throw to his right and airmails his intended receiver. Pass goes incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and long now for the Mustangs. Try to see who the intended receiver was on that one. It looks like that one was intended for Keenan Norton, the 6'2 wide receiver / defensive back. So either way, it'll be 3rd down and a long way to go for the Mustangs. Even though they had that 3rd down and a long ways to go on their first offensive drive, and they were able to convert it. But then eventually the Chaos were able to force them on a 4th down to turn the ball over. And that's what led to that Chaos touchdown on the run there from Devian Hodges. So 3rd down, 21. Ball is placed at the 18-yard line for the Mustangs. And they'll need to get to their own 32-yard line to convert. So they got a long way to go. Brown going to try to scramble, and he goes absolutely nowhere. May have even lost a yard, if anything. But either way, 4th down and long as the Chaos defense staying stingy and strong once again. And again, we talk about it with the personnel numbers for the Mustangs, that they are a little outnumbered compared to the Chicago Chaos here this evening. So it wouldn't be hard to imagine the offense just staying out there on this 4th and long. As we have just over 5 minutes to go, 5:27 and counting to be exact. So now that the offense back out there, as we approach the 5-minute mark, as this one on 4th down, that one, that may have been a fumble. It's going to be a live ball, and it goes into the back of the end zone, and that's going to be a safety. The old 2-point safety works for the Chaos, and it is 8-0 Chicago Chaos with 5:08 to play here in the first quarter. Not very often you see the old safety play happen, but either way, the Chaos will take it.
Gotta love it when the special team scores points.
So a special teams play, we'll call it. So I guess now we just need the defense now to complete the trifecta. So now we'll see the punt kickoff from the Chicago Mustangs to give the ball back to the Chaos, who now go up 8-0 with 5 minutes and 8 seconds to play here in the first quarter. So as the Mustangs, you see them on the far side of the field, on the right side of your screen, having a quick team meeting just to gather their thoughts. So we'll see the Mustang special teams now out there. We'll see who's back deep right now for the Mustangs. We see, or I should say the Chaos for that matter. Nate Camo now is also back deep. And he's also back there along with number 81 in Jalen Grace. And also back deep for the Chaos is number 13 in Jason Sumling. So here comes the kicking unit now for the Mustangs to take the field. And we'll have this one punted away in just a matter of moments. And we'll see, kicking this one off for the Mustangs is going to be number 91, Matt Sells, listed at 6'1", 280 pounds, who's also the center for the team on the offensive line. Kind of has that feel of a Jared Lorenzen style of player.
We're there to help you.
And a booming kick right to left, as this one is going to be settled down and picked up by Jason Sumling. Sumling now up the middle. He's going to go to his right. He's got a few blockers up ahead. He's got maybe the kick of the beat, but he's going to be chased down from behind by Charles Robinson. So the Chaos now will start this drive in Mustang territory, as they'll start this one just inside the Mustang 35-yard line, closer to the 30-yard line for that matter. But a big run there from number 13 in black and Jason Sumlin, the 5'10", 170-pound wide receiver and kick returner.
Well, Amy, you have to calm down. You're out of control.
So the offense now out for the Chaos. Michael Schuchuk and his crew back out there. He's got two to his right, two to the far left. One man in the backfield, that being Nate Camo. You're going to see probably a rotating head of running backs back there, and they're all lethal in what they bring to the table. Schuchuk takes the snap. He's going to hand this one off to number 24 in Camo, and he's going to go to the right side. Camo now towards the sideline, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds into the red zone territory. And it's going to be a... Looks like they're going to... They haven't made the official mark yet for, but it looks like it's going to be a gain of about 7 yards on the play, so we'll say 2nd and 3. So 2nd down and 3. And we haven't seen the chains move just yet. And I should say, I see, are they going to move the chains? Well, we'll take a look. Actually, I'm going to correct myself. They're actually going to give that a first down, it appears. They're moving the rest of the chain. So we'll call it first down for the Chaos. Clock will then continue to run. So they'll get the chain set up. Meanwhile, Shootchuck and his offense gets ready. As it's now second. Oh, it's going to be an interception. Interception for the Mustangs. Shootchuck threw to his right and nowhere to be found. And coming up with the INT is number 22, Nick Petty. So a big goal line stance there on the first play of the first and goal. And the Mustangs staying stingy on their defensive side of it. So a miscue there as you see the interception on your screen once again from Nick Petty. You saw Shootchuck throw it to his right, but Petty was just reading that one like a book. And the next thing you knew, Petty was going to try to take it to the house. One more look at that one. And, again, Petty just jumping the route on that one as it looked like it was going to be a fade route to the end zone. And the next thing you knew was an INT for the Mustangs. And a little bit of a deflating moment there if you're the Chaos. You were having the great kick return there from Jason Sumling. And you get a couple plays to get inside the red zone. And then on the first and goal there, you had Shootchuck throw the INT to Nick Petty. So the Mustang offense back out there once again. 8-0 the score. Just over 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Lewis on the snap and trying to reverse sides of the field with it, and doing so is Javory Brown. But he runs backwards, and we got a flag after the fact. It looks like it may be a horse collar face mask penalty may be coming up. Hard to see from our angle up here in the booth with the mass of humanity down on the field, but either way, it looks like it may be possibly a break for the Mustangs, as that was a loss of about 5 originally on the play off the run. So it's going to be an automatic first down. The penalty did go against the Chaos, so it doesn't matter if it was a 5-yard loss or not. So you can negate the run on the statistical side of it, and the ball will be moved up, and it'll be a first down for the Mustangs. And we'll see where they're going to place the ball in just a moment. Looks like they're going to place it at about the 32-yard line, we'll say. So either way, it's going to be a new set of downs for the Mustangs. 1st and 10. With 2 out to the far right, 2 to the near left. 1 man in the backfield with Marcus Lewis at his right hip. Lewis takes a snap. Blitz comes in again. Oh, and almost trying to strike twice on that one was number 34, Carl Young. Either way, Lewis got taken down. And sacked there by the defensive line of the Chaos, finally getting to Marcus Lewis. And it looks like Carl Young is going to come off the field limping a little bit. It looks like he's favoring his left leg. Hope he'll be okay. That was the second time he kind of went in on a spy blitz there. And the next thing you knew, he was getting right to the pressure of Marcus Lewis within maybe 2 seconds. Looks like, based on what we're seeing down below, looks like he may have jammed his ankle or maybe rolled on it kind of funny. But either way, it's a big loss. 2nd down and 20 now for the Mustangs. Two to the right, 2 to the left, and we get a whistle, and the clock, looks like the scoreboard clock went out just a moment. And then sure enough, the officials blew the whistle, and then sure enough, it came right back on. Lewis, same formation. He's going to heave-ho down deep. He's looking down for Franklin, but he overthrew him by about 3 or 4 yards.
3rd down and long.
Pass incomplete. So it'll be 3rd down and 20 for the Mustangs. As you see coming back on that one, the intended receiver and Alex Franklin. That's the 2nd time now we've seen Franklin try to go for the deep ball and catch it downfield. But that one way overthrown by his quarterback there in Marcus Lewis. As we now have 2:45 to play here in the first quarter, 2:45. And the clock will start obviously on the snap. And we're noticing now that looks like they just reset the chain. So now the ball is at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, it must be. What happened?
For some reason, we did see it was an incompletion. There was no flag on the field, so if anything, it may have been an extracurricular after the fact. Looks like we're going to play it as 1st and 10. To get some confirmation on that one, hopefully later on, as the pitch to the left for Javoy Brown. He's going to go along the left side towards midfield, and he'll be taken down by a couple of Chaos players in number 8 in Levert Smith and number 35 in Marcus Lee. That was a gain of about 9 on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 1. Ball will be at the 49-yard line. Just over 2 minutes to play here in the quarter. So 2nd down and 1 for Brown and the Mustangs. 8-0 lead for the Chaos here in this first quarter. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. And it's going to be basically a reverse play as Brown to the right side. And that time the Chaos defense really read it as Brown is going to be taken down behind the 45-yard line. So that's a loss of about 5 yards. So it's going to be about 3rd and long coming up, maybe say about 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Mustangs. That could be a momentum changer there for the Chaos, who had an interception thrown earlier. And getting that one earlier was Nick Petty for the Mustangs off of that Shuchuk miscue. So we have over a minute to play here in the first quarter with the Chaos up by 8. Yeah, we're not seeing that much urgency from the Mustangs offense. As again, plenty of time, obviously. We still got 3 quarters to play. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 man in the backfield to the right hip of Brown. And a whistle right after the snap, and a flag has been thrown, and a false start's going to be called on the Mustangs. So it'll be 3rd down and long. So the clock will then stop at the current moment.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it at all. Actually, I was wondering where it was coming from.
So the Mustangs now with a 3rd and 10. Or about 3rd and 11, depending on how they have it on the hash marks over there. Either way, 3rd and long. So now with Brown in the, or I should say with Lewis in the backfield, it'll be Nick Petty, who got the interception defensively for the Mustangs earlier. Has it on this 3rd and long. Brown takes a snap. Pressure comes. He eludes it somehow, trying to spin his way around, unable to do so as he just got past the 40. Gains maybe a yard or 2, if anything. Either way, it'll be 4th and long coming up for the Mustangs. So the clock will continue to run, and it looks like that'll be the last play of this first quarter. So the clock will wind down. Mustangs with no urgency to huddle back to the line. And the final seconds tick off, and the first quarter has come to an end. So the Mustangs still scoreless in this one, but the Chaos have had opportunities to even make the score larger than 8-0, but that is where we stand right now. So after 1 quarter of play, it's the Chaos 8 and the Mustangs 0. We'll take a short timeout, and we'll come right back for second quarter action here of MSFL football here at Babe Serpico Memorial Field on the Illinois Media School Facebook Network, along with iWantFootball365 and SportsTownChicago.com.
In a multi-sport race, it's all about time. If your shoes cost you time, they can cost you the race. Now there's a new transition shoe by Pierce Footwear, the first laceless, tongueless running shoe built specifically for multi-sport athletes and designed for comfort, performance, and saving time. Join the footwear revolution. Learn more about Pierce Footwear today.
We're back with you here for second quarter action of MSFL football. Your home for Chicago Chaos football here on the IMS Facebook Network, along with I Want Football 365 and on SportsTownChicago.com. Glad you could join us. I'm Ryan Fay with you here at Babe Serpico Memorial Field. Second quarter underway. Both teams have switched sides of the field. And once again, trying to elude the defense there is Marcus Lewis, and he's eventually brought down by the defense of the Chaos. And Zach Peterson, number 18, the 6'1 linebacker, brings him down, and it'll be should be a fourth down. And it looks like that was going to be, I believe, if we counted properly. I don't know if we had it right on our scoreboard or not. Either way, looks like we'll have the officials pick up the laundry that was just thrown onto the field, so we'll see what the call was. And it looks like it went against the Chaos, so that was why there was no urgency as to why it was a turnover on down. So it's going to be an automatic first down for the Chicago Mustangs, and it looks like they're going to have the ball spotted in Chaos territory at the Chaos 45-yard line. Now the officials will have the clock wind. So we'll now have it at about 14:43 and counting to go here in the second quarter. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Lewis in the backfield. The left hip there is Javory Brown. Snap is taken by Lewis, and that one batted down at the line. Great defensive line work by Demetrius Morris, the 6'4", 270 defensive end for the Chaos. Getting that big mid-up that known as to be his left hand. And he swats that one down to make it an incomplete pass. Second down now for the Mustangs.
The sun's in that, I can't see that.
So the Mustangs now will regroup after that incompletion off the swat down from Demetrius Morris. And the Chaos 2-1 coming into today's action. Mustangs 0-3. Mustangs have only been able to muster 6 points of offense in 3 weeks. Meanwhile, the Chaos have been able to do a lot more. Again, the one loss for the Chaos coming a few weeks ago in a 23-13 defeat. As we have second down and 10, Lewis on the snap. Pressure comes. He's hit as he's thrown. Down the left side of the field and trying to get around the secondary there in the coverage of Patrick Nelson for the Mustangs was number 31, Javory Brown. And it looks like he may have lost it in the sun, too, because he was looking back directly into the sunset. Either way, it'll be third down now for the Mustangs. That's the third time now that we've seen the Mustangs try to go deep, and twice now it's where the player just lost it with vision. So when you see it like that, it's just been big breaks for the Chaos defense, because that's the second time now, or maybe third time for that matter, that the Chaos secondary, the wide receivers of the Mustangs, they've been able to just sprint right past them. And if those passes had been caught, those could have been 2 touchdowns, and we're looking at an entirely different ballgame right now. So third down. Just over 14 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Just underway for the second quarter here at Babe Serpico Memorial Field. Lewis takes a snap. He's going to heave it downfield again. This time nobody's in the area. Oh, except a Chaos defender who almost got the interception, that being Patrick Nelson. Almost with the interception. It'll be an incomplete pass for the Mustangs. It'll be fourth down that the Mustangs now face. So another almost Hail Mary-esque type play. We'll get one more look at that. As you'll see on your screen, Lewis way downfield, and he overthrew his receiver probably by at least 10 yards. As the only one in the air, as we just mentioned, Patrick Nelson almost came away with the interception. And you're going to look at it from the other side of the field here with our other camera angle, and you saw again, look, Nelson just had the receiver beat by a long ways, we'll say. So with 14-15 now to play here in the first quarter, it is still an 8-0 lead for the Chaos, as we are having a fourth down and 10. Lewis drops back, throws over the middle, and this time it's intercepted. Patrick Nelson, redeeming yourself, young man, you are. So a great little redemption play by Patrick Nelson. Either way, it would have been a turnover, but it's even sweeter that it's an interception for the Chaos defense. One more look at that one, and just over the middle, Nelson diving out for that one and coming away with the INT. Would have been a turnover on downs even if he didn't catch it, but either way, an interception's oh so sweeter. So now the Chaos offense will now be going rights left. It's the first time we'll be seeing this offense here in the second quarter of play. Michael Schuchuk, the quarterback under center. Schuchuk takes a snap and coming in on the reverse fake, and that was number 9, Devian Hodges on the fake, and Schuchuk ran it up the middle. Gain of a couple yards on the play. Gain of about, we'll say 3, so it'll be 2nd down and 7. Yeah, no huddle offense here for the Chaos. They'll have 2 lined up to the left and 1 out to the right. Schuchuk in the shotgun formation. Block is built up along the right side, and this one's for Young. Young up the middle of the field. Oh, and he almost hurdled the defender. He got a first down and a whole lot more as he was flipped over past the 40-yard line, and close to midfield was C.J. Young. So first down for the Chaos. And another big run and another great play by number 25 in the black jersey and C.J. Young. Again, handoff to Young quickly as they work, and a flag thrown on the field. Young just bullying his way past the defense. Mustering for those extra yards is C.J. Young. But again, a flag thrown back by the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a holding call against the Chaos, so that'll negate the rough and tough C.J. Young run that you just saw a moment ago. So that's going to back the Chaos up. It'll still remain first down, however. Should be a 10-yard penalty on the play. So it'll be now first down and about 20. Ball will be placed at the 32-yard line. There's 1 out to the left, 1 out to the right, respectively. Schuchuk is going to hand this one off up the middle, and the intended running back taking that one up is Jared McGriff-Culver, number 32. It's his first carry of the evening here at Babe Serpico. Gain of a few yards on the play. Still brings up 2nd down and long to go. Mark that at about 2nd down and we'll say 15. It'll be 3 out to the near left now, 1 out to the far right for Schuchuk and the Chaos offense. Ball lined up on the far hash of the field from our side of it. Schuchuk on the slant and catching that one with a nifty spin move is number 80 and Eric Stevenson. And Stevenson with a nice move gets near the 45-yard line, and it'll bring up a manageable 3rd down and 9 now coming up for the Chaos.
39.
Ball now at the 44-yard line. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation once again. Schuchuk fakes the handoff. He's going to have to run to his right and roll around, but he's going to be taken down in the backfield, and he'll be sacked on the play. The sack coming courtesy there of Jarrell Sharp, the 5'8 slot player, and it'll be 4th down and almost back to where the holding penalty took him to, as the ball's now going to be back at the Chaos 34-yard line. And the offense going to stay out there on this one, as we have just over 11 minutes to play here in this first half. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 4th down and 20. Schuchuk going to roll to his right, throws it back, and he's going to give that one to Hodges. Hodges going to try to go for some screens on the block attempts going forward. A flag comes down. Hodges was nowhere near the first down. We'll see what the flag's going to be. If it goes against the Chaos, this penalty, it'll be a turnover on downs. If it's on the Mustangs, though, it'll be a possession keep for the Chaos, and well, they'll keep the football. Officials convening along the far side of the field. We'll see what the call will be. As now the 3rd official now will come in and understand the call. And it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Chaos, or it looks like they're going to point to the Chaos on that one. So the penalty will then be declined. So the turnover on downs will commence, and the Mustangs will get the football back. So we have 11 minutes now to play here in this second quarter. And it's 8-0 Chaos. And one of the keys to the game, I talked about if you're going to stay to the gun and stay hot, keep hot. And haven't really seen the offense kind of muster up a lot of consistency. We're seeing a lot of plays that you wouldn't see the Chaos usually make in terms of mental errors. And I believe that was the second unsportsmanlike contact penalty we've seen the Chaos have against them here this evening in the first half. So the Mustangs are going to start this offensive drive in Chaos territory at the Chaos 40-yard line. So 1st and 10 now for the Mustangs on the Chaos 40. They trail by one possession still, 8-0. And I say one possession, you can get the touchdown 2-point conversion if they do it. Longer huddle here for the Mustangs offense as they again have a nice opportunity here to decrease the deficit that they face. Cortez Branch down to the backfield. Now at the left hip of Marcus Lewis, the quarterback. And we get whistles before the play, and a timeout is going to be called on the field, charged to the Chicago Mustangs. So the Mustangs call a timeout. That'll be their second of the half. They'll have one more remaining. As we have 11:01 to play here in the second quarter, it's 8-0 Chaos. Yeah, I want to thank our great crew on hand here for today's broadcast. Our director, Tim Helms, on cameras. We have the Ajax, and also is Bruce Caston. We also have Lee Saldani on hand doing highlights for us as well. So a big shout out to those guys. Working hard behind the scenes, providing you some great shots of MSFL football here on SportsTownChicago.com, along with the IMS Facebook network and I Want Football 365. So glad you could join us on this gorgeous Saturday evening here at Babe Serpico Memorial Field. I'm Ryan Fay with you here from the Beyond Air Network. And doing the public address that you may be hearing throughout the night is the host of I Want Football 365, Mark Kanicki. So they really called the quote-unquote all-stars for this game here today. And again, I use air quotes. So off of the Mustang timeout, 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs on the Chaos 40 after the Chaos turn the ball over. Lewis again, shotgun formation. And he's going to take the snap, and the pitch is going to go to the left, and that's going to find Nick Petty. Petty along the far left sideline, and taken down by his sideline was Petty. He gained maybe a yard or two on the play. It'll be 2nd down for the Mustangs and about 9 yards to go. So we're getting from both sides of the football. We're really not seeing a lot of offensive rhythm be consistent from neither the Mustangs or the Chaos for that matter. And when it comes to the defensive side of the football for the Mustangs, you really wouldn't think that they would have allowed over 150 points in 3 games based on this defensive performance we're seeing so far from them here in this first half. As they have already gotten an interception from Shuchuk and have already forced a turnover on downs, as you saw in that possession a few minutes ago from the Chaos. So 2nd down, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and a whistle, and no whistle went. Lewis thought it was going to be an error, and now a flag is thrown.
Flag on the play.
And if it's going to be an offsides or a false start, that may be the latest flag ever thrown on the field. You saw Lewis catch the football, and nobody from either side move, offense nor defense. And it's going to be an offsides on the Chaos in the end.
Offsides, Chaos.
So it looked like that was the longest delayed reaction for a call we've seen in, I think, quite a while. Because even Marcus Lewis and the Mustangs stopped thinking that there was going to be a whistle and a flag thrown. And nobody got it. And you may have heard the Chaos silence saying, go get him, because, well, when you don't hear a whistle, you can still play on. So off of the 5-yard penalty, it's 2nd down and 5 now. Same formation as the last play for Lewis and the Mustangs. And this one, a high snap over the head of Lewis. He's going to have to go back and slide it on this one. And he'll be touched down back at his own 40-yard line. So a loss of 20 yards on the play off of that miffed snap by the Mustangs. So a big break for the Chaos on that one. And it's going to be 3rd down and a country mile. Let's see. You're going to have to really look at the yards on the field to see how much long they have to go on this one. Looks like it's going to be second, or I should say 3rd down and 30. So that's a long ways to go now on this 3rd down conversion coming up. And as you may have heard, it's 3rd down and a mile. That's what it kind of looks like from up here too. So we'll see what kind of play is designed up here by the Mustang offense when they need 30 yards to convert for a 1st down. Just over 9 minutes to play here in this first half. With the sun beginning to set here, stadium lights have come on. Haven't taken full effect yet, but they will, especially in the second half and in the latter stages of this contest. 2 to the near right, 2 to the far left. Lewis in the shotgun with the man in the backfield at his right hip. Lewis takes a snap, throws over the middle, and nobody home on that one. So it'll be an incomplete pass, 4th down and 30 for the Mustangs. And wonder if that was a misran route on the side of the Mustangs, because there was nobody in that donut hole of the defense of the Chaos, as that was thrown right onto the rows of the field. The rows that is labeled to be the flag for the city of Melrose Park. And it makes sense because it's Melrose, so why not have a rose out there? And the Mustangs trying to design a play here to get them 30 yards right here. Just over 8:30 to play. Same formation again. Lewis drops back, and he is going to be taken down. The defensive line comes strong again, and finally bringing the man down in the backfield was Demetrius Morris. Along looked like also number 99, Adam Nelson, who was also a part of my keys to the game as well. Got a hit in on Brown too. Or I should say Marcus Lewis, excuse me. Lewis got taken down by Nelson and looked like Morris and maybe a lot of other Chaos players too. But either way, turnover on downs. Great fielding position here for the Chaos starting on the Chicago Mustang 35-yard line. So Suchuk and the offense back out there. As we have 8:37 to play here in the second quarter. Suchuk in the backfield. 1 out to the near left, 2 out to the right. He takes a snap, and he's going to hand this one up the middle and trying to elude a few blockers, and breaking down along the right sideline is number 32 and Jared McGriff-Culver. He gets a 1st down and more, and he brings it into Mustang territory, and it's a Chicago Chaos 1st down. So the ball is going to be placed at about the, we'll say the 17-yard line. Suchuk again in the backfield. 1 to the left and right, respectively, and it's McGriff-Culver again, but this time he's going to be met by a slew of Mustangs. And he stumbles forward for a gain of about 4 yards, so it'll be 2nd down and 6.
Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6.
We'll see C.J. Young come off the field now. See a couple of personnel switches along the field. 1 out to the near left, 1 out to the far right. And in the backfield is Nate Camo. Suchuk, the handoff is going to go to Camo. He's going to break up along the left side. Nate Camo, he almost tried to sneak away. And it's going to be 1st and goal now for the Chaos inside the Mustang 10-yard line.
1st and goal, Chaos.
So the ball is going to be placed at about the 5-yard line. So about 5 yards to go here for the Chaos to try to go and score once again. C.J. Young now back out there in the backfield with Suchuk. 1 at the near left, 1 at the far right. And the whistle is going to go after the snap. And it looks like it's going to be a false start against the Chaos, and it is, so that'll back him up 5 yards. So they will redo the play on 1st down. So that'll back the Chaos up, and that'll put them in 1st and goal territory still, but backed up more. So the clock now will, looks like the officials will want the clock to run, and it will. So still first and goal. Another flag on the field. Chukchuk's going to keep it to his left. He's going to go to the sideline. Does he get in? Wait for the signal, and it looks like he's just going to be short of it, about 2 yards short. Although let's see what the flag on the far side of the field is going to offer us. And we'll get the confirmation in just a moment. Looks like it's Cass trying to signal that it was against the Chicago Mustangs. And we will see what the call will be. As we still await confirmation, and nothing has come up over here, but looks like they may just redo the play because they did pick up the flag. So it looks like it may just be a simple redo because no signal of any kind of penalties or fouls were commencing. So there we go. Clock will now wind for the official signal. Chukchuk going to go to his right, try to cut back up the middle. And he does not gain much on that. He's going to be short of the end zone. Short by a few yards. It'll be second and goal. So just over 6 minutes to play. Chaos trying to knock in for another score once again. Trips right. Up the middle, McGriff Culver to his right, and he is in for a Chaos touchdown. It is now 14-0 Chaos here as we're just over halfway into this second quarter. Now the extra point will be pending for the Chaos. You'll see Kozlowski come out there now for the extra point attempt. He missed one back earlier. I should say they're going to go for two. They're going to go for two, mind you, so 2-point conversion attempt for Chukchuk and the Chaos offense. We'll see if they get it. It's going to be McGriff Culver again, and he is in again. So the 2-point conversion is good, and you can now make it a 16-0 lead for the Chicago Chaos.
Chaos 16, Mustangs nothing.
So a bit of a sigh of relief with his offense, I guess you can say, after the offense sputtering a little bit early on in this first half with the couple of bad penalties with mental mistakes on top of them, and the interception that Chukchuk threw back earlier in the first quarter. So a much better drive for this Chaos offense, who started, of course, in great territory at the 35-yard line of the Mustangs. As you'll see, the players now reset, and we'll get ready for the kickoff in just a moment. Again, the Chaos will be kicking right to left with the Mustangs returning the ball left to right. So Kozlowski now will come out and boot this one away. 6:04 to play here in this second quarter. Again, we'll have a halftime intermission as well, but make sure you stick around for second half action of Chicago Chaos football here on the IMS Facebook Network, along with SportsTownChicago.com and I1Football 365. And, of course, want to thank the Chicago Chaos as well. You know, we've been seeing a lot of flags thrown on the field as of late in the rather part of the last 3 or 4 gameplay minutes, and those flags are Tooker flags, the official penalty and challenge flags of the MSFL and the Chicago Chaos. Go to tookerflags.com for more information. So Kozlowski now will wait for the official signal. We'll get play underway in just a moment. 16-0 Chicago Chaos over the Chicago Mustangs. Chaos 2-1 coming into play today, and the Mustangs 0-3. Kozlowski now will boot it. A little bit of a pooch kick for that matter, and it's going to be picked up by the Mustangs just short of midfield, and they will have it now at their own 47-yard line to get this offensive drive started for themselves. So we'll see what the Mustangs offense tries to do here, as we're seeing the Chaos defense start to figure out the scrambling abilities of the quarterback in Marcus Lewis. And we will see if there's going to be any changes on the gameplay for the Mustangs offensively, as they've tried the deep ball a few times to no avail, almost intercepted once on a deep ball, and then getting redemption on back-to-back plays for the Chaos defensively was Patrick Nelson, who missed an interception in the end zone one time, and then on the very next play he got the interception on a 4th down on a pass attempt from Lewis. 2 out to the near right, 2 to the far left, and the scoreboard looks like it.
It ain't me. It's holding together with tape.
And the play now will be up the middle on the handoff, and it's Cortez Branch who is stuffed up the middle, and he just got past midfield, so he will officially be in Chaos territory at the Chaos 49, gain of a few yards on the play. Still 2nd down and long coming up for the Mustangs. So about 2nd down and 7. Ball at the Chaos 49. Just over 5 minutes to play here in the first half. 16-0 our score in favor of the Chaos. Same formation. Lewis on the handoff to Branch, and he goes nowhere again. Great stop, and who was on it on the defensive end? It's Adam Nelson. Talked about him in our keys to the game. Watch out for the return of number 99 in the black and red. And he comes up on a good stop right there to make it 3rd down and long for the Chicago Mustangs.
3rd down at 7, Mustangs.
And Adam Nelson, a 6'4", 290-pound defensive end. You don't find many guys that are built like that and have the agility and athleticism that he brings to the table. He is a big man out there, of course, with a big number of 99. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. 3rd down and long. Lewis drops back, throws quickly to his left, and that one is incomplete. Pass intended for Charles Robinson, and it's going to be 4th down for the Mustangs just like that. So 4th down and 7 with 4:19 to play here in the second quarter. Glad you could join us here on this beautiful Saturday evening at Babe Serpico Memorial Field here at Melrose Park, Illinois. I'm Ryan Fay with you from the BeyondAir.com network. I want to thank our great crew out on hand today. Timmy Helms, our director. And on our cameras is Bruce Castanet and the Ajax, along with Lee Saldana doing some highlight films for us all around the field and into the crowd. He's everywhere tonight, folks. You may see Lee popping up on our cameras from time to time. 4th down and 7 for the Mustangs. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Lewis takes a snap in the shotgun. Throw over the middle, and it's intercepted. Quinnell Johnson going airborne for the INT. A heck of a play from Quinnell Johnson, who went acrobatic, almost did the helicopter John Elway style. One more look at this one. As you'll see, just the athleticism and the great awareness to hold onto the football, mind you, for Johnson as well. Either way, call it a turnover on downs. They're going to say he was down after he fell to the ground with contact, so the ball's actually going to be placed at the Chaos 30-yard line. But either way, the Chaos will take it, and it's their 2nd interception forced of the day. So 1st down and 10 for the Chaos on their own 30. 4:11 to play here in the second quarter. Shuchuk has 2 out to his far right, 2 to his near left. And he's got Hodges at his left hip in the shotgun formation. Shuchuk takes a snap and he drops back. He's looking up over the middle of the right side, and it'll be caught for a 1st down. And just near the 45-yard line is Eric Stevenson, the 6'3" wide receiver. The big hands of Stevenson puts the Cavs right near midfield. So they will reset the chains. Ball's going to be officially placed at the 44-yard line. Shuchuk is going to keep it on the run. He faked the handoff to Hodges, and Shuchuk into Mustang territory for a 1st down and more, taken down at the Mustang 39-yard line. A great run by number 17 and Michael Shuchuk. No huddle offense for Shuchuk in the offense. That's how their MO is. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, same formation again. Chuck with the snap. He's going to hand this one off to Hodges, and he'll try to dart his way up. Gains a few on the play, and he'll be taken down at the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5 upcoming. So we have just over 3 minutes to play here in the first half, as we're into the closing stages of that first half. Again, we'll have a halftime intermission. We'll come back for second half action here of MSFL action here in Melrose Park, Illinois. 2nd and 5. Hodges on the handoff, and he stays on his feet, spin moves around, gets a couple blocks, and no one's going to get him. Hodges in for the touchdown. What an incredible run by Devian Hodges, and it's 22-0 Chaos. And it was all set up on that touchdown, by the way, by that interception you just saw on your screen from Quinnell Robinson, or I should say Quinnell Johnson, excuse me, who set the tone. And the next thing you knew, it was Devian Hodges to do the rest. So 22-0 our score, 2:43 to play here in the second quarter. The offense is going to stay out there also for the 2-point conversion as well. And one more look at that one from a moment ago as well. As for the 2-point conversion, it's Shuchuk. He's going to hand this one off. And getting in along the right side is Jared McGriff-Culver for the 2-point conversion. So it is a 24-0 lead for the Chaos with 2:43 to play here in the second quarter.
24-0 Chaos.
And this is kind of what the game was, I don't want to say meant to be like, because of course you never want to count somebody out before the game even starts, but kind of going into this on paper, you kind of knew that the Chaos may try to have their way with the Mustangs all game long on every phase of the game, and that's what it's looking like right now as we get into the closing stages of this first half. So we'll see the Chaos boot this one right to left on the kickoff with the score up at 24-0. And again, just to set the score at home, if we do get to a 40-point lead or more, it'll be a running clock during the contest. And the only time the clock will stop is if there's any team timeouts or any injury timeouts. And as you see, one more look at that Hodges run. As feet don't fail me now as he got into the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. But either way, a great play by the Chaos and a great move. And here, speaking of great moves, there's again the INT from Quinnell Johnson, who did a 360 nearly in the air to secure the interception. And again, to boot this away will be Dominic Kozlowski. And great shots by our camera crew tonight, and Bruce Caston and the Ajax. So we get the official whistle to say we can get play back underway. And here is the boot from Kozlowski. This one will be picked up at about the 5-yard line. And trying to bring this one up is Charles Robinson along his left side. Charles Robinson with a second beat. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds just by the 45-yard line. So about a 40-yard run there from Charles Robinson, the 5'7" slot player for the Mustangs. And a good start off that kickoff return. And the Mustangs will have decent field position to start this drive. So the Mustang offense comes back out there. 2:30 on the clock here in this second quarter. You may have just saw our guy Lee Saldana walking around. And some great highlights of this contest here today between the Chaos and the Mustangs. First down and 10 for the Chaos, or I should say the Mustangs, excuse me, on the Mustang 40-yard line. So it was a return of about 35 yards there from Charles Robinson. One to the near right, two to the far left. And it looks like we actually may have a new quarterback. We'll get on that word in just a moment. As the snap And running to his right, and it's still going to be Marcus Lewis. And look out in front of us here.
Out of bounds by Nick White.
And he is pushed out of bounds by Nick White. And you saw the bench that you may have saw in the front of your screen there. And everybody kind of, diverted away. Kind of like the basketball play when Shaq almost dove onto the bench and his entire Phoenix Suns team, it was like parting the seas of Moses and out of the way it went. It was a loss of about 3 yards on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 13. I wasn't sure how close that play was to our guy, Timmy Helms, who I know his table's not that far away from where the play had ended. It looks like he'll give me the thumbs up. He's okay. Yep, there you go. Thank you, Timmy. Looks like we have a timeout on the field as well, and it was charged to the Mustangs. So that was their 3rd and final timeout. So you see on your screen the players back in their respective huddles right now. Again, 24-0 our score. As a timeout was called on the field and it went to the Mustangs. So that's their 3rd and final timeout of the half. And it wasn't the cleanest of ways that we've gotten to this 24-0 score for the Chaos. There's been a couple of turnovers and some mental mistakes on the Chaos with a couple of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties that really kind of put them in a hole at one point for a while. And then a shoe chuck interception that was picked off by Nick Petty for the Mustangs didn't help matters either. But Chaos now looks like they've tried to righten the ship out to close off this first half on a positive note, as if it wasn't going to be positive already when you had a shutout lead going into the second half. But, of course, there's always facets of the game you can always nitpick. So the Mustangs offense comes back out there now. Off that final timeout they just took. It's 2nd down and 13. Mustangs trail 24-0 to the Chaos.
2nd down and 13.
2 to the near right, 2 to the far left. Lewis in the shotgun with a man in his right hip. He takes a snap. He's going to throw up the middle, and great coverage on the play
3rd down.
by the linebacker in number 54, or I should say 55, in Jamal Dudley. So a great coverage there. Not letting the A receiver get behind him, and B knowing where the ball was going to be thrown and reading the route well. So it'll be now 3rd down and 13 for the Mustangs with just under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Stadium lights at about a halfway effect, or close to it for that matter. Shotgun formation again, same formation from the previous play with 2 out to the right and left. Lewis takes a shotgun snap, fakes the throw, and he's going to be swallowed up
For a loss.
on the sack there, on the coverage for it. Chris Wilkerson and Nick White will get credit for the sack. Off that 3rd down, it'll be 4th and a ways to go. Timeout called by the Chaos, and a smart one, so they could try to preserve some clock for their offense to come out once more as long as they get the 4th down stop. So a timeout called by the Chaos. That's their first. They'll have 2 remaining. As they have 1:46 left on the clock here in the second quarter. 106 seconds if you're going to keep track in that department. But I don't know if this scoreboard allows us to count by seconds. Ball is now at the Mustang 29-yard line. And we'll see what kind of offense is drawn up here from Marcus Lewis and the Chicago Mustangs. And it's going to be a punt, and it's going to be a nice punt there from number 63 and Billy Coffey. And picking this one up for the Chaos is Quinnell Johnson along the left side. He tries to shuttle the pass over, and it is going to be picked up by the Chicago Mustangs.
Mustangs ball.
I'm not entirely sure what Johnson was thinking there. I think, if anything, you want to just swallow the ball and you'll give your offense, with the clock stopping now, you would have gave your offense 93 seconds to go about 65 yards. Not sure what the mindset was there for Johnson, but A big break for the Chaos. And another flag that was thrown after the field. And it goes against the Chaos. So kind of a double whammy in that sequence there for the Chaos. And I'm sure Quinnell Johnson may hear it on the sideline a little bit later on. So because of that fumble, it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Chaos. Or it's just the Mustangs for that matter. As we have just about 90 seconds to play. And here's one more look at that again. As it was a nice kick from the punter in Coffee. And here's Johnson once again. Great shot by our camera. Watch right about here. You're going to see he wants to lead it off right away. And then he kind of air mills it as he's being taken to the ground. And that was when the Mustangs recovered and got the football back. So quite an interesting 35 seconds of football there for the Chaos that did not go their way. So here we go. 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs, and they have the ball at the Chicago Chaos 40-yard line. With just about 90 seconds to play. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Lewis takes a snap, and he's going to be swallowed up. The numbers of 98 and 99, Jake Sackel and Adam Nelson come up with the sack. The sack, I should say. And looks like we may have some pleasantries being exchanged after the play. Are they asking where they want to get dinner later? Maybe an early brunch on a Sunday? Either way, 2nd and 16. Lewis to his right, right into the ground, incomplete. 3rd and 16. So with just about a minute to go. It'll be the same formation again with 2 to the left, and there will be 2 to the right. Now the Mustangs finally line up. Here comes the snap. Lewis pump fakes, goes to his right. Swallowed up again, and you may have heard the contact on that one. Chris Wilkerson and Cameron Hall coming in with the boomstick. 4th down on the play. Upcoming timeout called by the Chaos, I believe. It looks like they were signaling for a timeout, and they did get it. So the clock will now stop, and you get one more look at that one as, bam, it's like it's a Chaos sandwich that Marcus Lewis was in the middle of. I don't think that sandwich for him tasted so yummy, though. So a timeout on the field to the Chaos. That's their 2nd timeout used. They'll have one more remaining. With just about 40 seconds to play.
Was it like 4th down and 27?
It'll be 4th down and, let's see. We're going to have to do my math counting on the field. As myself and the public address announcer and Mark Kanicki are trying to rattle our heads together and count yardage. I'd say it's about 4th and 22.
Oh, really?
Let's see. Hang on. Well, either way, folks, it's 4th and long. We'll put it that way. We'll go with Mark's answer at 4th and 27. We'll just go with it.
I'm right.
As they say in broadcasting, sometimes you got to roll with the punches. So with 46 seconds to play, the punting unit now comes out for the Mustangs. And it'll be the kicker in Matt Sells, number 91, back deep to kick. And to return, it'll be Christian Grantham and number 35 in Marcus Lee. So we'll see the punt. Now we'll see if the result is going to be a little different. That one actually almost blocked. Line drive punt picked up by Grantham. Picks up from about his own 25. Grantham up the middle, gets a few blocks, falls down just ahead of the 40. And the clock will stop as we have just a shade under 40 seconds to play now. So the Chaos now will have the 1st down and 10. The ball will be placed at about the 41-yard line. So they'll have about 59 yards to go in order to try to get a touchdown at least. Now maybe say about 30 to 35 to go for the field goal attempt. So Shuchuk and the offense back out there trying to put up a last-second drive here before this first half comes to a close. And 24-0 chaos here in the first half. Three to the left, now one in motion. That's Hodges. Fake to him, Shuchuk down the field and almost intercepted by Alex Franklin, who was in step for step on that one. And it'll be second down for Shuchuk and the offense. And that could have been another disastrous play for Shuchuk. He almost threw his second interception of the contest today. So 30 seconds on the clock. It'll be second down and 10. Just got a Facebook invite to watch the MSFL video of Chaos and Mustangs. I'm honored by it, even though I'm already here. So thank you, Mark Kanicki. Would it be weird to watch myself and hear it try to call the game and have a weird echo? I wonder if that's remotely possible to do. As it looks like we have a little confusion on the field about the chains on the field, along with spotting the ball as well. But either way, second down and 10 off the incompletion from Shuchuk and almost Alex Franklin intercepting it for the Mustangs. And here's a weird formation for you. 4 wide receivers lined up to the left, 1 to the right. You don't see this often, although we did see Hodges move in motion a few moments ago. Shuchuk with the snap. Pressure comes, heaves it downfield, and it is caught! Woo! It is caught! Donhell Salas with the catch. Clock will stop. And a big completion to Salas on that one. As with just about 20 seconds to go, Shuchuk with a heave and a great catch by Donhell Salas, the 6'4" wide receiver, really ranging down to make that catch.
First and goal, Chaos.
So it'll be first and goal for the Chaos. Ball's going to be at the, looks like the 7-yard line. A couple of personnel changes for the Chaos offensively. So we'll see if the Chaos have the chance here with about 20 seconds to play. 3 to the left and 1 to the right at the moment. Offensive line goes back out there and huddles up. Hodges to the left hip of Shuchuk. Hodges does have a rushing touchdown already in this contest today. Snap to Shuchuk. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to go into the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown. 30-0 Chaos. Ray Seekis with the reception. So the Chaos have a few seconds to spare as you see one more look at that leaping touchdown grab. And into the end zone, the Chaos now up by 30. So they're going to have the clock set at 16 seconds. And of course the clock will start after the next kickoff. So now for the extra point, it'll be Dominic Kozlowski. As he gets set for the extra point. Here comes the snap, the hold, and the kick is up and hits the netting and good. So now the Chaos increase their lead to 31, and it is 31-0 Chaos with a few seconds remaining here in the first half. Got a great setup there from Shuchuk rolling to his left and completing the pass in the end zone to Ray Seekis for the touchdown. And now this Chaos offense is looking like its old self once again. You see a much better much better body language and a much better vibe on the Chaos Island that you see on your screen right now. So as they'll get set up for the kickoff to go right to left. Again, we are close to the 40-point running clock game, but it looks like we'll be seeing that, if anything, in the second half of play. Again, if it's a 40-plus point lead, that means there'll be a running clock during the game, and the only time the clock will stop is if there's scoring plays, along with team timeouts and officials timeouts, along with injury timeouts too. Otherwise, the clock will just continue to run, and Mark Kanicki's job gets a lot easier up here in the booth. So Kozlowski now just successfully got the extra point. We'll go back out there to boot this one end to end. And there's the distance sounds like there's a band like rehearsing. It kind of makes you feel like you're at a Friday Night Lights game. Maybe we'll see them around here. You never know. So Kozlowski sets back, takes his few steps, and a motion to his left, signals to his linemen, is he ready? Are they ready? Yes, they are. And off we go on the kick. This one goes to along the far side of the field, and this one will be scooped up at about the 19-yard line. And trying to shoulder his way on through on that one for the Mustangs is Deshaun Rutledge.
Return back to the 34.
So we're just under 10 seconds to go. And I'm getting word that the band that we're hearing is for that it's for a party inside the Senior Center building that is right behind the west end of the field. And as I look in there, and credit to our guy and our director, Timmy Helms, for pointing this out to me, looks like there's strobe lights in there. It's like a dance party. I wonder if is that like the
seniors know how to do it.
I mean, the seniors are getting lit in Melrose Park tonight. I mean, why not? I wonder if that's going to be I wonder if that's like the post game party taking place for the Chaos. I mean, I know teams have like post game parties and post game meetups and all that. I mean, I think it's very convenient. It's located well for the fans. You know, if they're already at the field, and you know, it's just a simple walk down the track. And it's pretty loud in there already. We can hear it all the way over here. Probably the last play of the first half is the handoff there goes to Javari Brown, who just gets past the first down. He's staying on his feet still. He gets out of bounds, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So while the party may be going on in the Senior Center here at the Village of Melrose Park, it's becoming a party for the Chicago Chaos, who now lead by the score of 31-0. It'll be time for a halftime break. We'll come back for second half action just a little bit and get you set for third quarter action between the Chicago Mustangs and your Chicago Chaos. We'll take the timeout. We'll be right back here on the IMS Facebook Network and iFoot1 Football 365 and on SportsTownChicago.com.
I want to have a job in something I love. I want to have fun and meet new people. I want to be social. The Illinois Media School has so many cool things they offer for me and their students. With the amount of stuff you learn, there's no way you won't succeed. You'll learn how to do a voiceover, how to use camera equipment. I mean, actual hands-on. You can even host your own radio or TV show. All of our instructors actually work in the industry too. So go to beonair.com and start your future in broadcasting today.
Start with a thought. Think. Work with the client. Brainstorm. Brainstorm some more. Break? No, not enough time. More ideas. More designs. Pick an idea. Make a plan. Stop. Check the plan. Love the plan. Do the plan. Go. Draw the logo. Get some input. Scratch that. Find a new perspective. Revise. Revise some more. New logo. New design. Okay. Grab the materials. Get the guys. Work. Keep working. It's all about the quality. Keep going. Finish. Polish. Get the job done. Make the client happy. Make them proud. Celebrate. Make it easy to brand their company. Mark your space, Chicagoland's premier sign company.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com.
The Illinois Media School and the Chicago Cubs Single A affiliate in South Bend, Indiana are teaming up. Be a part of all the action with the Illinois Media School's new Sports Broadcasting Emphasis program. You'll experience what it's really like in the broadcasting world by analyzing games.
Swinging a long drive to left field. Pickens on his horse, still on his horse. He looks up. Adios!